For those who don't know who I am, my name is Alexandria Ray Agresta. I co-founded Purpose Pioneers with my partner in crime, Thomas Waterman. And this movement was built on the belief of creating a world where people fully align what they do to make money with what they do to experience meaning and fulfillment in their lives. And we call that this beautiful sweet spot between purpose and profit, really connecting your divine gifts with how you run your business, doing work that is incredibly meaningful to you and your team, and what is immensely valuable to those you want to serve. When you operate from that sweet spot, you are unstoppable. So how we bring that belief to life is we turn entrepreneurs into thought leaders and businesses into movements. We really believe there is a next frontier emerging in business. There is something more in store for all of us. Entrepreneur running a business, we're going to throw that one out the window this week. You are all a thought leader furthering a movement. That movement invites people to be a part of a purpose bigger than any one person. It invites people to be who they want to be, do what they want to do, be around other people just like them. So that's what we do here, is we take people to that next mountaintop, to that next field of possibility, and really dance in what is on the horizon for us. We are in a time where people are looking for new ideas, new possibilities. They're begging for leadership, and not just any type of leadership, but heart-centered leadership. So this really is the time for all of us to rise, and really ride this wave together and show people what's possible. So just a little bit more tangibly, how we work with speakers, how we work with thought leaders, is we are helping them to get on that beautiful stage, stages that they dream of being on, stages where their message can be received. And we help them get on those stages with the right people in the room, saying the right things. This way they can turn all that magic they create on stage into a movement off the stage. So a big theme that you are going to see here, even down to our summit that we host, is movement. We have to keep the movement moving. We have to keep speaking. The moment that we get stuck, that we get stagnant, this happens. You know what this is? The gap of weirdness. Weird things happen in the gap. Uncertainty. We start to doubt ourselves. We start to do weird stuff in the gap, and it's because we're not moving. It's because we're standing still. So that's what we do here. Every single day, wake up and I dream of a world where people see what's possible within themselves and with the dream that they want to realize. And I've seen the glue that holds all of this together is movement. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be moving just one little step at a time. You actually don't have to go leaps and bounds. It's just every day, do we take one step forward to keep this movement moving? So I want to just share the backstory of how Thought Leadership Summit came to be. I think it's just so important to share this vision that I had, and the time that this was birthed. So, if anyone remembers, I don't know, March 2020, does anyone remember that specific month and year? I think it's like ingrained in our being at this point. So March 2020, our world is completely flipped upside down, right? In a matter of seconds, what was normal and what was, everyday life to us was completely just flipped upside down, this way, that way. We just threw the status quo out the window. We threw the normals out the window. And really, this was a golden opportunity for us to move forward into the next possibilities, the new frontiers. However, there was some turbulence along the way. And as this pandemic started, and it was 1 month after 1 month after 1 month, now we're into May, June, I started to see something happening that really just tore my heart apart. We started to point the fingers at each other. We were stuck in right versus wrong. We were stuck in, you did this, you're wrong, I'm right. We were stuck. We were literally stuck in this divide and this world that sees in black and white and right versus wrong. And my little Care Bear heart just started being torn to shreds. One day we're loving each other and we're collaborating, sparks are flying. The other day, guns are blazing and everyone else is the enemy. So it was so intense for me that I had to take a step back. I completely shut down my side of the business. I completely shut down my social media and I got a little Airbnb in North Carolina. And I said, hey, I need to go in solitude. I need to look inward. There is immense chaos and turbulence going on around me, and I don't know how to cope right now. I don't know how to flow through this. This is troubling for me, and my heart really hurts. So I went off to this cute little Airbnb, and I went into my sabbatical for 3 whole months. People were reaching out to me. They're like, you okay? Where'd you go? I just had to be with myself. I had to go within, and I asked myself one incredible question. How do I want to lead during turbulent times? Write that down. That is a beautiful question to ask yourself every time turbulence and contrast happen. How do I want to lead during turbulent times? How do I want to lead in the divide? And I realized I don't want to be in the divide. That was my grand realization, that I'm going to take a stand without taking a side. I refuse to pick sides. I will not go there. I'm not going to do it. I actually had a client fire me because I refused to pick sides, and that's okay. So I emerged and said, I want to create a world where we go beyond right and wrong. I want to create a world where we step out of judgment and into curiosity. I want to create a world where we can step out of fear and projection, and we can actually see humans down to this beautiful heart and soul that we all are. I want to play in this field of unconditional love, of unconditional understanding, and that right there, that is true fucking leadership. So I came out of this. This was August 2020, and I said, hey, Purpose Pioneers team, we're going to host an event. And they were like, wait, what? We're in the middle of a global pandemic, sister. There's no events going on. I said, I don't care. I am going to take a stand for what I believe in. I am going to get back in the room where I can hug my humans. We'll do it safely. I'll do it in a fucking hazmat suit. I don't care. I said, I am going to keep the fire burning of human connection, and I am going to lead this charge beyond the divide. I am going to go beyond right and wrong. I am going to go to that field, and I'm going to fucking show people what's possible. Do you want to come with me? And what happened on the other side was remarkable. So I put my little stake in the ground, and I said, hey, everyone, I know I've been gone, but in my solitude, I found myself, and I know what type of leader I want to be, and I know what I want to stand for, and this is where I'm headed. Do you want to come with me? And 12 courageous humans said, you bet your ass I do. I will travel to Sioux Falls, South Dakota in the middle of a pandemic and get in this room with you, and we're going to do this thing. So it started with 12 humans. We picked a random state in the middle of the United States where they had one hotel that was open for business. We had a giant room, probably for like 1,000 people, and there were 12 of us. We were very spread out. We had more than enough space to play and have our own personal space. And what happened in that room was incredible. And that was the first time that I realized this is the world that I want to live in. This is what I'm going to courageously take a stand for. When people are taking sides, I'm not going to take a side. When people are blaming and shaming, projecting, I'm going to lean into empathy, and I'm going to open my heart, even if I'm being met with closed hearts. When people are judging, I'm going to get curious. And this moment, and where we've been every single event after that, has really transformed me into the thought leader that I've laid in bed at night dreaming of being, staring up at the ceiling. So that's the backstory of how this came to be. And that really is the soil of what we do here at Purpose Pioneers and the type of thought leaders we birth into the world. Number one, we're not just here to speak, just to speak. We are here to move. We are here to use our words to actually move something forward. Number two, we are here to invite everyone to the table, even those we disagree with. Oof, I know that one's hard. But if we want to create true change, we have to invite the enemy to the table. We have to invite the person that we could not even imagine being in the same room with. This is how we lean in, we understand each other, and this is how we move a movement forward. So this right here, these 3 days is a gathering of pioneers who want to go beyond right and wrong. They want to play in what I call the field of possibility. They want to speak a message that doesn't perpetuate the divide, rather invites everyone to the table. These talks are ones that step out of judgment and into curiosity. And these talks are ones that take a stand without taking a side. And I'm telling you, peeps, this is our 6th event. What a breath of fresh air. You get to be a breath of fresh air in a world where the air, it's tainted. It's like, it's dusty, not smelling too good. You get to be this breath of fresh air where people can feel possibility. They start to feel their heart crack wide open for the first time in a long time. And that right there, that's a movement that people are dying, begging, dreaming of being a part of. And these 3 days, we get to come here, we get to take a stand, we get to march on the front lines, and we get to show the world what is possible. We get to be the new standard. Who is in for that? Who the fuck is in for that? Like, oh my God, I'm feeling myself right now. I'm like pointing my finger on the table. My goodness. So with that, my invitation to all of you, not only if you're speaking, right? If you're speaking, if you're attending, emceeing, hosting, I really want everyone to immerse themselves in the possibility and in the magic that lies on the other side of all of these movements being birthed here this week. You might hear something that moves you. You might hear something that inspires you. Reach out, be a part of this next wave, be a part of these courageous human beings who have been working so tirelessly on these talks. Be a part of what is going to be birthed here this week in the Purpose Sphere. Now, not only are you going to see people speaking on the stage, but we do incredible thought leader trainings hosted by your girl, where I'm going to be giving you tools, the belief, the roadmap to get your message off the Thought Leadership Launchpad. We go all in. We are here to be in service to you and to your movement. So I do hope you feel that deep in our heart. I hope you feel that all permeated throughout this experience. We show up for you. We show up for your movement in full devotion. So please show up for yourself, show up for your movement. I know 3 days behind the Zoom screen is a hell of a lot of time, but I'm telling you, we start to float away, we start to levitate, and you're going to end this Zoom screen and be like, holy shit, there is magic shooting out of the damn screen right now. And that's the power of like-minded people coming together, taking a stand for these worthy causes and showing the world when people who are stuck in the divide, we get to go beyond and show them what's possible. So really immerse yourself, be a part of this. Make sure you're a part of our circle community where all the magic and buzz is going down. Make sure you're reaching out to people. Make sure you're connecting with me and the Purpose Pioneers team. Let's walk away from this experience when it ends on Thursday feeling fucking alive. That's how I want to feel at the end of the week. I want to feel alive. I want to feel full of possibility. And we are going to get to bring remarkable minds from all over the world together to ignite those feelings for all of us. So with that, all that juicy goodness, we're going to get right to the good stuff. And we are going to be welcoming our first round of speakers to the Purpose Pioneer stage. Now, all of the talks that you're going to hear these next 3 days, it's a very special format. It's what we call a Purpose Pioneers talk. It is 8 minutes and it is 8 chapters of the movement. And you're going to hear a very powerful statement that all of the speakers start with. So I want you to keep your ears open to that statement that you're going to start to hear. Like, I notice everyone saying that sentence. That right there, that is the proclamation of movement. That is the stake in the ground. All 70 of these movements are all unique. They are all different in their own way. And they're all going to come together with this talk, and they're going to put that stake in the ground, and they are going to show you the world that they're creating. So let's get back to center. Let's lean in with our 2 ears, as Rory so beautifully reminded us. And let's be a witness to 2 more incredible movements being birthed on the Purpose Pioneer stage for this block here this morning. So let's welcome Jolanda to the Purpose Pioneer stage.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. No, no. I believe in a world where setbacks and challenges are no longer viewed as failure, but they are recognized as catapults to push you and you and you and me into our superpower, which is our purpose. You see, there was a point in time that as a child, I was bullied. I was told what I was not. I was told what I could not do, who I could not be, where I could not go. You know, Dr. Seuss said, oh, the places that you would see. I was told I wouldn't have any of those things. I couldn't be any of those things. I couldn't go to any of those places. And so I became a person outside of my authentic self, who I was created to be. I became a person with an I don't care attitude. I became a person that desired to fit in so that I didn't shift the status quo. I became a person that hid my brilliance, that hid my knowledge, that hid my capabilities, because I thought I had to be somebody in order to be accepted. So in doing that, when challenges and changes happened to me, because of what I had been taught and what I had been told, I felt that I was a failure. When I had a setback, when I had a pitfall, I looked at it as, how could this happen to me? Why is this happening to me? What is wrong with me? Am I not good enough? And then one day I recognized that all of my setbacks, all of my challenges, all of my brilliance had a purpose. All of those things were pivots. A pivot by definition is a turn. It's a shift. It's a movement. And you have had pivots in your life. I know you can relate. You've had disappointments. You've had loss. You've feared some things. I've lost some things. I've had layoffs. I've been told you're wonderful, but we're moving in a different direction. I've had people to drop me off, as I call it in life, who they're here today. They say they love you. They're going to be with you until the end. And they take offense for whatever reason, and they leave and they walk away. Those are pivots. As I began to look at those things and began to look inside myself, to really go back to my factory setting, who was I created to be? What was I really designed to do in this world? Whose life was I created to impact? We've all asked ourselves those questions. And if you have not, you should. Some of you are facing a pivot right now. There's a change, there's a challenge that's going on in your life. And you're stuck. You're wondering what to do. Where should I go? How is this going to work out? Some of us are stuck in the Groundhog's Day movie. It's the same thing, the same day, the same way, all the time. We rise, we do it, we go to sleep, we rise again, we do it again. The same old, same old, same old, same old. I am inviting you to come with me. I want you to take your power back. I want you to return to your factory set, that authentic, brilliant, dynamic, amazing human being that you were created to be. The individual that was created to make a difference in the lives of other people. That individual that was created to make a difference in this world in which we live. That is you. You've been sleeping and sitting on the sidelines like an old car, and you've lost your luster. Your paint is chipped off. Your windshield is dirty and grimy from your pain and your disappointment. Well, I'm going to invite you to come with me and get rid of that lackluster paint. Clean off that windshield of your life in order that you can, one, see yourself for who you were created to be and walk into your purpose, in order that you can help other individuals walk into their purpose and be their authentic selves. You're probably wondering, how can that happen, Jolanda? How in the world am I supposed to do that? I've been sitting on the sidelines and sitting in the seat of do nothing for so very long. It's easy. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to be your pivot pilot. I got my accreditation through life and experiences and challenges and changes and setbacks that I finally recognized were pivots that were catapulting me towards purpose. The first thing you got to do is you got to do and acknowledge where you are and what you feel. Sit in it, deal with it, anger, pain, bitterness, frustration. Once you've done that and you've acknowledged it, you've got to get up. That's your progress, your plan. You've got to get up and you've got to move. And you've got to look in that mirror and tell yourself, I can, I will, I must be my authentic self in order that I can step into my greatness and make an impact on this world. And then lastly, you've got to go ahead and take the action that needs to be taken. Control what you can within your sphere of influence. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. You can pivot into your purpose. And I'm here to help you do it. Once we leave this atmosphere here on Zoom, I'm going to put a link in the chat. And if you're ready to come off the sidelines, if you're ready to embrace your brilliance, if you are ready to shine and pivot into that amazing, authentic human that you have created to be, to do the great things in this world that you have been factory designed to do, I'm going to be here for you to get it done. My name is Jolanda Logan. Your pivots have purpose. And your amazing greatness will only be recognized once you step into that purpose. Thank you.
Let's give Jolanda a big round of applause. You know my feeling word right now? I feel like this. Yeah, that's my feeling word after that talk. Like the fire, the passion. Oh my goodness. That, just quick little nugget here. Everything that you just shared, there's purpose in the pivots, right? Every challenge, every setback, it's there for a reason. The word that comes to mind that my business partner has been saying a lot, initiation. We're always being initiated into the next level of our greatness, the next level of our leadership. Setbacks and challenges don't just come in the very beginning when we're starting something. Holy shit, if anything, they come way later. So Jolanda, thank you for reminding us that when those challenges arise, they're actually beautiful. They're divine. They can lead us to the light. They can get us through the muck, and they can remind us that in greatness, honestly, like the nucleus, the core of greatness is challenge, is setback, right? What's a big theme in our community? Pain and the purpose, right? Finding purpose in the pain, pain in the purpose, right? Those things are interchangeable. So just big round of applause for Jolanda. Thank you so much for bringing your wisdom and your sparkle to the Purpose Pioneers stage and showing us and reminding us that while these challenges, they might get bigger and greater, they can be our greatest gifts.